Name's Agame, and if you ain't awake, you dumb as fuck, cause with a name like Game, every stage expect to level up. What's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy Agame 365 with his first official episode of Agame Reviews, bringing the best of bar breakdowns by a battle rapper for the battle rappers. So the first battle we're going to be breaking down here today is Geo Definite VS Cutface. This happened on Bar Knowledge Battle League out in Seattle, Washington. Shout out to Geo Definite, Spasmatic, Droid, Marks, everyone else who I knew who was on the card who battled on this event. This is a little 3-round battle here. I personally don't have a dog in the fight. I'm friends with Geo. I'm friends with Cutface. I'm just here to see a good battle. So, if you're looking for one of those reaction videos where the breakdowns are just little chirps here and there, not actually reacting to the content, that's not what I do. I genuinely break down the battle bar by bar and pick out a winner round by round. So, if you're looking for in-depth analysis, you found the right channel. I'm not going to show the full intro of this event here, but there was a tribute at the beginning to a lot of the fallen legends we've had through the Northwest. Young Nate, Soto, Slim. Rest in peace to our fallen legends in the Northwest battle rap culture. Now, with all of that being said, let's jump right into it.
We got a good one, co-main event, man. I've been waiting for this one, man. First and foremost, we shout out the sponsors who trying to eat in the rain. You know, get some love to the sponsors. All right, man. So let's get down to it. Battler to my left. Introduce yourself.
Cutface keeping the cutthroat most up battler on the lower 360. Shout out 99.7 Miami and 102.8 Los Angeles for kickstarting the wave of stations pumping my track Icy. Shout out to them. It's my return battle, 2 years not battling. Let's do this.
Let's go.
2 years away from battle rap has gotta be crazy. I mean, as a guy who battles relatively religiously himself, 2 years away, ring rust could play a potential factor into it. Let's see how this goes, though. Shout out Cutface.
Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, turn up.
Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, and battler to my right. Introduce yourself.
Geo motherfucking D, man. Seattle shit, C-Town shit, district shit, all that shit, man. You already know what it is. BKB.
Let's go.
Let's go, G.
We're going to flip a coin. Cutface, you came the furthest, so I call it in the air.
Thanks.
I ain't good at flipping coins. I ain't good at flipping coins.
Solid flip.
We'll be good, we good. That's tails. What to do?
At first, for this battle, I was more back and forth than student drivers learning the parallel park. I was worried I would out-rap him so well his pride would break easy as an aerogel bar. But my last battles, I've been slipping up in some of my rounds, and I have to admit it. 36 hours of no sleep against AWR, and I found out I was redoing Cut a T last minute. I'm not shifting blame. I'm just not trying to let y'all think I won't become the best me. I just want y'all to know that now I can rap on a crunch like Nestle.
I like that. I like the intro bar with the I've been more back and forth than students learning how to parallel park. That was fire. The break with less tension than an aerogel bar. That was a slick little line there. I feel like what he's doing is just kind of trying to world build at the beginning, give some circumstantial evidence because the AWR battle that he did where he was running off low sleep and the Cut a T battle that apparently had to be refilmed due to personal reasons of some sort. And it's just kind of resetting the tone for this first battle back, saying that he can now rap on a crunch like Nestle, like the chocolate bars crunch. That's a very solid intro from Cutface.
And people keep talking about what I said to AWR's ex. Like I can't rap with that. He said some shit about Judy and I had to get him back for that. Let's get back to facts, it's battle rap. If I can't say out-of-pocket shit to my opponent, then I ain't having that. The CBC exclusive was my development period. I'm Goku now stepping out the hyperbolical rhyme chamber. Now I'm outside getting cutthroat with more technique than an ice skater, spit the type of rhymes that get inside your mind like a psych major, and the only objective in life is making fun of these bitches like Mike Maynard. So
I feel like those kind of psych majors get in the head or psychology analysis bars are a little overplayed personally, but I see what Cutface is going for. I mean, just some very decent wordplay here and there.
inside your mind like a psych major, and the only objective in life is making fun of these bitches like Mike Maynard. So excuse me if I tore a bitch like it's Deuteronomic, but on the flyer I had a jersey that said Vancouver on it. He did no research. He put on the flyer I'm from Bellingham. So excuse me if I have no faith in him. I can diss myself way better than whatever the hell he can. So go ahead and make Chinese jokes because my initials are CCP. Or that.
That's weird. I mean, I've been Cutface's homie for a minute, and I never even think about that. That's actually kind of crazy. His initials truly are CCP. Let's see if Geo does anything with it.
My initials are CP, and now I'm a pred catcher like Tommy from CPP. Go ahead and make fun of me for changing my name to CP the Beast. Because he's an animal, dropping trash 16s on cam like he was going to CP the Beast. But I'm an animal too, so you're going to have to CP the Beast, so go ahead and suck my dick and make it CP the Beast.
I don't understand the ending punch he was going for, but I did kind of like trying to take away a lot of the initial, pun intended, initial power from those CP the Beast, CP the Beast, CP the Beast kind of wordplay moments. That was kind of crazy. I like what he was going for. I just think the ending punch on it could have hit a little bit harder.
Your name is Geo Definito, sounding like a gay Marvel character. A special ed Mexican wrestler or a bratty pop star with no father to care for. And he don't have a clue how to rap at a high level. Why, dude raps and he makes a joke out of himself, so why should I get to it?
I like that. I like that. I like the comedic approach with the name Geo Definito, sounding like a bratty pop star with no father to care after, or the special needs luchador. That shit was funny as hell. And I also fuck with the you already rap like a joke, so why should I get to? Kind of helping an attack angle of bro's not even something that's worth the attention because of how his career trajectory has gone. I think that's a strong strategy by Cutface to set the tone for the first round and counter-right a little bit if Geo actually does say some less crazy material.
And for those that have seen his battles, my flow's as heavenly as it gets. Geo Definite, please, Geo Definitely a bitch. So when G go home for the cane sniffing, I'll put fentanyl in his coke and watch G.O.D. like I'm faith-driven.
Now that was fire. See, now that was fire. I'll put fentanyl in his coke and watch G.O.D. like I'm faith-driven, because, you know, God, faith. That was fire. That was the first real punch with some impact from Cutface. Keep that momentum going, bro. Go.
You heard Arsenal do his outro and you decided to bite it. You said you can't spell Go Time without putting the G-O in it, like we don't see what inspired it. Clearly using your name as the Go, but it's Geo, not G-O. Have me sounding like Tintin with the last G-O. G-O. Greatly overrated, genuinely overhyped, generically oriented. And I want to watch you try and spell those last two. I honestly can't.
I like that as well, with the, instead of using G-E-O, because Geo used G-O for his old round outros, using G-O, like, greatly overhyped, generically overrated. I also kind of like the comedy he tried to tie in at the end with the, I swear you can't spell them, bro. I mean, I can't either, but try to spell them, bro. I swear you can't. I like that, though. The initial flips have always been something that I feel like are really strong tactics when executed correctly in a round.
I want to watch you try and spell those last two. Your round substance is the same quality as fast food. If I was on the ISS and they played your music on the speakers, I'd jump out and die in space because sound don't travel through a vacuum. Time.
I like the ending punch with the, if I was on the ISS and your music was playing, I would jump out and kill myself because sound doesn't travel through a vacuum. Because, you know, you could avoid the sound by dying in space because it doesn't, that's crazy. I mean, overall, I think a very solid first comeback round for Cutface, especially given the fact that he has been gone for so long. It's been like 2 years and he's been gone from battle rap entirely, so overall, a solid first comeback round. I wish there was a little bit more well-connected punches and a little more strong attack angles based at Geo Definite. I feel like his first few bars of just setting the tone were a little bit too long-winded. I feel like he could really benefit from if he would have been a little more attacking towards Geo Definite, not just in the comedic sense. But that being said, bottom of the first, it is on Geo Definite.
Okay. Bottom of the first, cheese on you.
Talk to him. I said, I know y'all are wondering, why am I battling him? It's because I don't discriminate. Hey, Droid, make sure the camera running. But if I hear any Facebook or Geo, Pokemon references today, ooh, I'm gonna just take that for his panic button. And for that, that's cool. I got a lot of ammo on the show. Because you could be an example of greatness and still feel great making examples for yourself. See, that's why when it comes to keeping Chrome, it could go both ways, like to each his own. And it ain't just my three amigos, I got four to play. That means the Pops orchestrated, like Rashida Jones. When he hopped in a battle rap, he had to be thinking it'll be beautiful. He thought he would possess some statues with limitations like Liberty Mutual. But on some real shit, Cut, I'm glad you're back in the ring and that you're feeling born again. Because after a couple of haymakers for me, I'll have to show Cutface the nearest cornerman. Delivered.
That was fire. That was crazy. I like that. Because, you know, in a boxing fight, if a cut gets too severe near the eye or can be detrimental to the fight, the boxer gets sent to the cornerman for analysis. That was fire. That was a crazy first punch by Geo.
Delivered from a former cornerman. Try to jump in that water with all that heart, but didn't even have a Zora fin. I get the storming in like how it's going down. If it's on till it's gone, then I got to know now. You know, like DMX. Want to know what's beef? Okay, beef is me obtaining his IP address. I get the hacking, bro, like rip tips. I even hit you for a PC keyboard, because when it comes to Capital, I quick shift, so.
That was fire. I like that with the PC keyboard, because when it comes to Capital, I quick shift. Because, you know, when you're trying to capitalize letters on a keyboard, you can just hit shift as a quick key. That was fire as well.
Any acting bold, you'll get clipped. You was the one feeling froggy, and I'm the one that'll battle toads with big fists. It might...
That was fire too, that was fire. You're the one who was feeling froggy, and I was the one here to battle toads with big fists, because Battletoads had the kind of inflated fists with the punch attacks in the arcade cabinets. That was crazy. He's got a good little chain punch momentum going, where a few different of these punches have been hitting. I like the momentum of the round from Geo Definite so far. Of course, my shit got a buffer.
Sleep. It might be the nice guy. It might be the nice guy effect. I could have picked so many hitters instead of you. So in the end, this might be a match that I regret. You should be grateful you came in contact with the Seattle Light Connect by Flex Energy like Xfinity. There's a reason why I'm more, and there's a reason why you're less. I'll plug.
I like that. I like that. The whole Flex Energy to Xfinity, because Xfinity is a wireless provider. I'm assuming Flex Energy is kind of like a energy providing service of some sorts within the Seattle area. And it's also kind of a nice double on why I'm more and why you're less. That's a good punch as well from Geo.
I'll plug, dummy, ask around. Why you're less. I'll plug, dummy, ask around. I got a cold shot. The only thing they'll capture is me lining up his eye with the 9 like, I am not a robot. Little thin-grown flower. This hitman will make a quick plan within those hours. I'm talking shells in a magazine, Nintendo power.
That was nice. That was nice. Like the old Nintendo Power arcade magazines that show like the old Mario Brothers games. That was nice.
Just remember where you came from, because you're dealing with a different kind of beast. Cutface sounds too much like Ghostface. Either way, they'll find this kid behind the sheet. After you catch these rounds, I can't leave you physically a witness. I know y'all remember American Online. If I deliver one of these, bah, it'll leave a slip disc. What you're about to witness.
Because old school America Online, you needed to actually use the floppy disks to get the internet. That was nice.
What you're about to witness is me feeling like the mannequin. I'm a family guy myself, so metaphors take you out, Anakin. When I shoot, I go up pace with a flash like common cameraman. That means we'll see Cutface in a cast like Tommy Flanagan. It's dumb how he thinks he's the chosen one. Kung Pao, but I only tip my hat to those that's actually killing shit. I'm Kung Lao. He don't even rap.
I feel like hat cutting Kung Lao bars have honestly kind of been overplayed in the years past, you know, but I see it still can land in certain crowds.
He don't even rap. He just be breathing. I'm a family guy myself, so metaphors take you out, Anakin. When I shoot, I go up pace with a flash like common cameraman. That means we'll see Cutface in the cast like Tommy Flanagan. It's dumb how he thinks he's the chosen one, Kung Pao, but I only tip my hat to those that's actually killing shit. I'm Kung Lao. He don't even rap. He don't even rap. He just be breathing hard. And it's because you out of shape. That's coming from me. So let's complete this star. Yep. When these squares go overboard and start to point directions, you're going to have to press them. It's like a game of DDR. Now
That was fire. That was fire. I've heard a lot of DDR flips in the past, given the stage name Agame, but that was a fire little... When these squares start pointing out directions, you gotta press them like DDR. That was crazy. That was the first real DDR flip I feel like had some good substance behind it. That was fire.
Now, you've been doing your thing, but don't get stuck in a hype. Excuse my manners, but this reminds me of when you move Skylanders, because we might be in the same gang, but boy, these levels are nothing alike. Now, that's how you rap.
Solid first round from Geo Definite. All things considered, I personally lean towards Geo in the first round. I feel like a lot more of the punches that he had were connecting a lot better, where Cutface was kind of trying to reestablish himself after taking the 2 years away from battle rap. I feel like Geo was definitely trying to knock some character out of Cutface and have proper attacks and kind of set the tone while still making sure that his attacks were scathing towards Cutface. Also, if you guys see any buffers or glitches throughout the battle, my apologies. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere where my internet is just terrible at times, so I appreciate y'all working in with me throughout that situation there. Also, warning, while I've got the time here, it does seem like there's been a lot of, like, strobe effects throughout the entire battle, so epilepsy warning for anybody who has that. I will also make sure that that's the first thing pinned in the description of the video as well. So, all that being said, round one, I personally give it to Geo Definite. Top of the second is on Cutface. Let's see if he can fight back.
All right. Hey, yo, I get backed out on constantly. It's Rel and Demi over the last two specifically. Battle rap has been unreliable and I almost gave up on it officially. Real shit, I ain't battled in 2 years. I forgot to write for this until January. Hey yo, 10-10 search. Y'all ever forget to take a weak opponent serious? Man, it's scary. Real shit, I ain't even watch a battle in 2 years. His being the ones that come back to watch is unbearable. I mean, dude has no style. If he had merch, it would be unwearable. I like
that. I like that. Especially since Cutface took so far away from battle rap, and his first battles back having to watch was being Geo Definite's battles. That's a nice little line. Like, if you had merchandising, your style would be unwearable. That was cool.
Unbearable. I mean, dude has no style. If he had merch, it would be unwearable. I'd like to show my opponent's battles. His are just unshareable. Because every single bar you spit is just done terrible. And you beat Sleep Dank in a battle. His drive for music ain't even in you. And I would only book you on my league to watch him skin you. Cause facts, sleep is the cousin of death, while Earth is your mother. Get laid under the covers at your family reunion at last. Cause he's the host.
That was nice. That was fire. I thought he was going with a generic sleep is the cousin of death punch, but the Mother Earth is taking a cover, like he's taking a dirt nap, death. Still sleep is the cousin of death. It's a family reunion at last. I like the way that Cutface tied that together. That was really well weaved together material. Well done on that by Cutface.
The cousin of death, while Earth is your mother. Get laid under the covers at your family reunion at last. Cause he's the host of BKB. Get him beat, killed, and buried. The rap scene won't know what happened to him. Take the blade out and stick the shit right back into him. Cause he's the host of BKB. Bushido knife blade wielding. He'll even stab his homie in the back with it today even. Then turn around and try to act like he can rap and there's no one nicer.
I mean, I see what he was going for with the since you rep BKB. I do feel like if you do those initial flips way too heavily throughout your entire 3 rounds, it does kind of mitigate the impact of them. For example, we'll take Jack versus Fate, which is a very prevalent battle where Jack spelled out every single part of Fate. And yes, while the scheme drew on a little bit longer, it was just that one initial scheme of Jack breaking down Fate's name. It's not him trying to replicate it multiple times throughout the battle. So, I mean, that's just a future reference point. I mean, I do feel like it does lessen the initial flips just a tiny bit.
He tries to use struggle bars like I give a fuck with this old man Ben like I'm Tobes Maguire. But that's why people keep passing me the torch. He can't even hold a lighter, but my flame's so big it makes him sweat now he's drenched like an ocean diver.
Little slip there. Get it back though, Cutface, but I'm definitely saying that's a little slip.
Oh, against Reezy, he told him we're fucking or we're fucking. And he didn't even look like you did. Go back and watch it. He told him we're fucking or we're fucking. And he didn't even look like he wanted to say pause. Go back and try watching the take VOD because the look on his face said he wanted to take cock. And it's
Okay, that's crazy if that's real. I have not seen Geo Definite versus Reezy. I mean, I'm just gonna assume that may or may not have been said. I'm not super sure. But, like, that's crazy if that was actually the case. That's crazy.
crazy, because the next round he said he pumped his slime all over him. I ain't lying, y'all, bro was sick. I ain't saying you suck dick for coke. I'm just saying you do something for 1.5 points. I ain't saying you wear women's clothes. I'm just saying you consider...
Whoever the fuck put the fairy wind chime reaction in the background is a fucking menace. That's crazy as hell, man. That's funny as shit, though. Hold on, run that back.
For 1.5 points. I ain't saying you wear women's clothes. I'm just saying you considered it in the past. I'm not saying you have a man crush. I'm just saying you like Brad. I'm not saying you wear makeup. I'm just saying you don't think Charlemagne looks half bad. I ain't hating Pippin.
Hey, yo.
I feel like this approach, while funny, is not exactly the approach you need to make in this type of battle against Geo Definite, where he's definitely punching at a better level than you consistently, and you trying to take the kind of comedic undermining tone, especially in this circumstance. I understand he's probably... Cutface is a lot more old school, grind time kind of battle rap material, but also it does feel like this does not seem like the right approach for an attack, in my personal opinion. To each their own when it comes to battle rap approaches and how you want to personally attack your opponents.
He looks half bad. I ain't hating Pippin.
Hey, yo.
I ain't hating Pippin. Go ahead and give... I know, pause. Go ahead and give Ben your human code through a back door like it's data-driven. Go ahead and play tummy sticks with a man in a locker room and act like you ain't beta pimpin'. Because he says he's cold as ice. Well, just like his gay-ass STDs, I got the heat to fucking melt it, grab an ice pick and get his head spiked like a Prussian helmet. He's just like Alexander the Great. There's rumors he's amatorial, but he don't got plot armor like those Roman gladiatorials, so his skin just ain't thick enough to get exposed in 4K for it.
I feel like there was some cool, like, world history punches interweaved between it, like the Prussians, Alexander the Great, plot armor like Roman gladiatorials. I just wish that punch would have had a much more clear payoff. I like the slick little in-betweens, but I feel like there should be a little more of an impact at the end of that punch if you're going to try to scheme together those type of world history points.
But it won't stop or change him because a horse stays horrid. Time.
Solid round. I still feel like the round is beatable because Cutface took a little bit longer than I think he should have on the whole Geo Definite versus Reezy stuff that happened. Like I said, I have not seen that battle. Who knows? If they're cool with it, I might react to it for one of the next episodes of Agame Reviews, just to kind of try to break down context a little bit for that event and that interesting choice of words there. But all that being said, bottom of the second, it's on Geo Definite. Let's go.
Bottom of the second, Geo, it's on you.
Look, see, dudes like you be the art of a low scam. As a kid, I used to watch Toonami after school. And what it taught me was, just because you got one shooter in your corner, it still don't make you part of the program. I got the eagle in the seat. You can sing it goodbye. With Icon Seal, they gave me another Cutface on a mic that thinks he could fly.
Go.
Let's give them the noise. I've been doing this for a minute and I'm getting annoyed. Most of these rappers in my class, I knew I could spit and destroy. So you know what I did for you boys? I had to act like I wasn't ahead of my time. Like Christopher Lloyd. That's the fiction.
That was fire. That was fire. That was the first real fire one of the second round. I need to act like I'm ahead of my, I need to act like I'm not ahead of my time. Like Christopher Lloyd and like in Back to the Future. That was the first real punch in the second by Geo. That was crazy.
Fact or fiction? I'm not a mathematician. Open your eyes. In fact, I show you how to add division. We draw blood when unexpected. That's a bad incision. I got no tricks up my sleeves, but I can show you how to body disappear like the masked magician. I'm trying to.
I mean, I feel like those add division mathematician kind of bars are a little bit generic, but I did like the unintentionally draw blood, like a bad incision, because sometimes when you like accidentally like bump against a door or a wall or some shit, like you accidentally end up cutting yourself. That was a fire little punch in there, but I feel like the entire scheme within itself did not really have the payoff there.
Keep it clean with the mouth. See, I ain't gotta sit here and talk mean about his spouse, but somebody tell his honey, I blew up the kid. He caught the machine beam in his house.
No!
That was nice.
Hated to love it.
That was nice. That was nice. The honey, I shrunk the kids because they found the machine beam in the house. That was fire. I like that. That was crazy.
The kid, he caught the machine beam in his house.
No!
Hated to love it. After I zip him up, yeah, he'll be beta for public. Any fooling hard, then I'll pull his card. Data corrupted. Question. Do you even know the real color of blood, you effing clown? Well, it ain't red. If you ever caught a body before, you would actually know it's Pepsi Brown. See, the squad told me, I can't mess around. There's no gas when I toe tag. You know how the saying goes, once the chain is on, I can't let them down. Now, if that's a chain reaction, never take me within any lab where it blows. Pause. I ain't lying, I'm part tiger / smart fighter, cause I throw elaborate blows, yo, stagger and fold. I went the Tyson Fury route. You could be fat, skinny, or tall, cause the 357 be like, fuck everything, cut, hear me out. Instead, you know.
Fuck everything, cut, hear me out. I mean, cause yeah, you know, like when you're trying to explain yourself or be elaborate, hear me out. That was funny.
Cause everybody be like, you know, hear me out when they want to anybody. Oh, since you want.
Geo pointed it out too, that's funny. Nah, like, I mean, I feel like battlers trying to point out their bars mid-battle does kind of feel like a cope for reaction, in my personal opinion, because it's like, well, y'all didn't catch that, y'all sleep, y'all crazy. I mean, I personally don't like that strategy, but again, when it comes to battle rap approaches, to each their own.
Instead, you know, because everybody be like, you know, hear me out when they want to anybody. Oh, since you want smoke in the frozen cold, I'm smoking bowls. It'll remind you of being chilly outside with the heat. Now, bro's been told, I'll load a foe, so he better chill. He outside with the heat. Now, I ain't from no set, so what you're gonna have to learn with me, nothing sweet. I'm just Geo, but your life compared to mine, you're a fucking geek. Now, does anybody here remember G-Unit back in the day?
Facts.
All right, cool. All right, y'all about to fuck with me. It's crazy how they done let me in with this nine, because I was just about to show Cutface the $150. See, in high school,
Cutface, $150. It's a kind of generic flip for Geo, but you know, I mean, I understand what he was going for.
School, even squares had pounds for sale. And I can tell, you probably just bringing ounces. They made me tech them to death like a shady wrestling ref. I was thinking countless. With my back to the ropes, I still talk my shit. That's a ring announcement. And
Talk that wrestling shit, Geo. Now you turning up. Talk that wrestling shit. Because you know when the ring announcers are in the center of the ring, they have their back to the rope talking shit like the ring announcement. That was nice. Also, the shady wrestling ref, I was thinking countless, because sometimes in a wrestling match, a referee will just try to, like, slow count 1, 2, not count the 3 intentionally, mostly in, like, special guest referee matches, but that was a nice little flip by Geo. Talk that wrestling shit.
Passionate habits, then I have this dummy stashed in an attic. And I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it. I might flip the station. With these bars, you can leave now. It'll be like liberation. But when I booked them, I seen a couple of pages stapled. Even brochure he'll fold with the right information.
A little generic with the punch, the brochure fold with the right information. I feel like that is kind of generic, all things considered, but I still say that that's a decent punch.
Now, if you think I'm lying, I got a lot of ammo on the shelf. Because you could be an example of greatness and still feel great making examples for yourself.
I do like if he is going to use that for his new round outro instead of the Geo time. That's fire. I like that if he decides to do that, because I feel like it's a little more of a uplifting setting of the tone for the rounds. Round 2, it is definitely closer, in my opinion. I do still kind of lean towards Geo Definite in the second. I feel like he had the same kind of better attack approach compared to Cutface, who was just kind of trying to be funny about a situation that was occurring. So I lean towards Geo Definite in the second round. 2-0 Geo Definite. Top of the third, excuse me, is on Cutface. Let's see if he could get a round out of this one. Stay hydrated.
Top of the third. Cutface is on you.
Talk to him, Cut.
Bring it home.
Get that energy going.
There's the end of the night. I ain't got no energy. Right. I'm gonna be honest. This will probably be the softest round. I don't really got shit to talk about. Because nothing he does is really that good. It's just not terrible. It's just his power ain't high enough, so these are not parables. Because if the sky is the limit, why ain't he in it? Shine on your children, Father, we'd like to be witness. It's kind of a given. This guy is the limited type of rendition of higher admission. I just had him drive through the spot to make sure he wasn't too gassed up. I am emissions.
Now that was nice. That was fire. It's like, I just had to make sure he wasn't too gassed up in the spot, like I am emissions, like emissions testing. There we go, Cutface. Keep that momentum up for the rest of the third. We need that. Pause.
Against Enzo, you said TRL to you means terribly reckless. Where the fuck did the L go? At that point, you already took an L like a bend at the elbow, or a half-open cell phone, and I ain't calling you a savage when I ask where that darn L goes. And I realized yesterday, Bar Knowledge, Battle League, BKB, you either got a problem with L's or your literacy is awful as hell. And so how the fuck did you lose to L Weezy? You only won to some people because you got better crowd reactions by focusing on a punchline with no build-up followed by some loud theatrics. Now here's what you do. You have a dumb reference that sounds dope that isn't attached to the thing you said prior. Say like or as to make a simile out of anything, and the only emphasis is making your tone a bit higher.
I like what he's going for with the whole, like, trying to just use similes and tone projection as kind of a strategy to make subpar writing sound 12 times better than it actually is. That's a good angle to take by Cutface there in the third. It's a nice little angle that he could tie in with.
You say shit that's out of soulless and out of place. Put some meaning into it. The way you rap sounds like you didn't want to. You just needed to do it. And fuck it. I might have fucked up a lot, but I still got the love and you ain't as pro as me. I'm willing to beat him in 3 rounds and do a freestyle OT. Talk shit and get swapped backwards. I'm John Taffer, how I picked your bars apart.
I like that. John Taffer, bar rescue bars. That's a little bit more innovative. I haven't heard a John Taffer bar in battle rap before. That was fire.
Talk shit and get swapped backwards. I'm John Taffer, how I picked your bars apart. I'll even send stray shots out east that'll rip someone's arm apart. Think llamas with hats. It's not the Communist Manifesto when I show up with the llama and Karl Marx. Cause she naturally...
Whoa, okay, that was way outside of the box. That was crazy with the llamas with hats. If you don't know what llamas with hats is, it's a YouTube series where there is a llama named Karl, and Karl is very common killing other llamas throughout the entirety of the series due to a voice inside of his head. So it's not llamas with hats when I'm bringing out a llama, and Communist Manifesto tied in with llamas with hats was a very unique choice, but also because llama, Carl, that was fire. I've never heard someone do a llama with hats bar in battle rap either. That's kind of fucking crazy. I like the innovative punches that Cutface is pulling out in the 3rd round here. Pause if necessary. I wish he would have kept a lot more of this actual momentum throughout the other 2 rounds. I feel like in that instance, we could have had a much more interesting discussion of punch versus punch variant, where his punches are a little more unorthodox while still hitting, while I feel like Geo's punches are definitely kind of more the run-of-the-mill URL level punches that still have good connection in any room that you're in. But like I said, I like that llama with hats punch from Cutface, another one that I've never really heard before in battle rap. That's crazy.
The battle scene is like Suicide Forest, so I have to believe Suicide Forest, but I have to believe if you rap with me, you and I flourish. So I'm gonna have to see if this average geek can actually rap or stick to a 9 to 5. Let's get a suit and tie for him. Because I can come up here and scream in your face like Major Payne, or get a shotgun to lift your feet off the pavement like David Blaine. Pop off with a Bushmaster. If I'm lazy, I'll get someone else to make your top fold like a book chapter. Get 5 dudes to run up on this salty fuck. Have him assault. Give him one of those fly guns and shoot him in the eye. That's assault. Blades will put marks on him like a socialist with the force of a Bolshevik. He having flashbacks to Reezy. Look to be a spitch since you a hoe and shit. They told me if I don't work hard, then dude's killing me. So I came through to make this light work like I paid the utilities. Bro, I'd buy
kind of generic. I mean, light work like paying utilities. I feel like that's kind of generic, but I do see what he was going for.
a vending machine just to drop it on you. The whole time they was wondering why I didn't have a spot for it yet. I'm willing to spend that much money just to let it plop on your head. My Uncle Pasquale told me to kill him right. Blood painting the walls with the passion of a Philistine, and I didn't even take this shit serious. I'm just out here filling time.
It is hilariously ironic that Cutface said it was probably going to be his softest round of the battle, and somehow I think that this was actually his best round of the battle. He had a lot of cool, unique punches that I've never heard before. He was finally firing energy on all cylinders. He was connecting with the crowd a lot better. I feel like this was definitely his best round of the battle. Let's see if Geo Definite could either walk away with the gentleman's 30 or if Cutface gets the third. Bottom of the third round is on Geo Definite.
Alright, bottom of the third. Geo, bring it home.
I said, they gave me a crown before the credit was given. Seth MacFarlane, all I heard was My King Genius, because you know Seth MacFarlane, he's a My King Genius.
Yeah.
My King Genius, Mocking Genius. That's kind of a reach in my opinion.
I would be worried, but this actor Cutface is a Joker himself. Like Joaquin Phoenix, the crime creeper. They say this game ain't nothing to be played with. Minesweeper, the Tommy got a hockey puck with the hind feature, so when I ring his bell, I'll body cut like a line leader. That's why
that was nice. I'll body cut like a line leader, because you know sometimes line leaders cut around. Yeah, that's fire.
That was hard.
That's why when them bullets come your way, you gotta run to the phone like NEO, the little did he know? I was the first mobile one that had the stick. Spread trio. Tempt me, you know spread trio. Tempt me, bro. Tempt me, bro. Yeah, I let these spray at your senses. The AR got a dash to the 15, like DJ Academics. See, I learned.
That's funny as hell. The AR got a dash to the 15 like Academics, because his whole situation with that streamer from wherever he was from. Side note, fuck Academics for that, but you know, that's how that was a good punch. I like that from Geo.
The AR got a dash to the 15, like DJ Academics. See, I've learned with some dudes in DNTs and battle rap, you can easily get took to court. This whole battle, I've been throwing haymakers, and all your little hooks are short. The problem with Cutface's story, it has no crick support. But don't take it personal. I guess only some will rise every chapter, like a book report.
Kind of generic. I like that, though. I see what he was going for, you know? I mean, it's a crazy little summarize every chapter like a book report, but it was a nice little slick punch there.
I do this. When it's time, man, I do this. When it's time to scheme, I'll rip cut from leg and torso. I'm an 80s baby, but I got those 90s genes. So when y'all hear cut shot, it just means we was behind the scenes. This grimy fiend ain't stopping a day. Yeah, just cause you got rid of CP Jerifago, it still don't mean these bars won't lock him away. I'm not for the play.
Okay, cause y'all know CP. Obviously, you know what the acronym is. I can't say that. YouTube will TOS this channel before the first video even gets up, but you know what the acronym stands for. And even though these bars will still lock him away, that was a nice little punch there by Geo.
If I rush in a place, I walk past him and mush all his face. And when he runs through that door, chasing me in a blind rage, bow, he won't even know what hit him. Now that's how you manipulate cut to the chase. Now
I like what he was going for with the cut to the chase. I feel like he did kind of accidentally spoil the punch a little bit early with the chasing me in a blind rage. If I was Geo in that instance, I probably would have said following me in a blind rage, then bow. That's how you define cut to the chase. Yeah, I mean, that's how I personally would say it, but I do still think that that was a good punch and very well performed by Geo Definite. Again, pause if necessary.
Against Ruin Your Day, you said A-Ward was ducking MT money. Now listen when you said that. A-Ward ducking MT money. All right, that's all right. That the joke says itself.
There's a lot of context behind that if you actually believe that statement. There's a lot of context that happened within the Northwest region regarding the whole MT Money and A-Ward battle that was supposed to happen multiple times. That had a lot of different context behind it, but that's a different story if anybody actually wants to hear my personal side of the story from that type of event, because I was part of that in some extent by association, just by battling on some of the cards that battle was supposed to happen on. So if anyone wants that story, we could talk about it, but I do think it's kind of funny that Geo brought that up.
See, to me that was comedy. I'm gonna just assume you're a guy that's pretty funny when he's out. But you know what's funny about these young dummies? They always getting caught putting money in their mouth. See, Corey? Can I call you Corey? See, Corey? I used to worry about keeping my head above water. But nowadays, I'm more of one with a pelican. Because this shit I got in here, yeah, it could floor a ton of some elephants. I'm from Uptown, baby. If I sun you today, they're gonna still call me a cheater tomorrow. And this is why Corey Guns is irrelevant. I got native homies that'll chop little Corey up with the tomahawk. Hey y'all, now ask Stacks, where's the body, Stacks?
Shit, I don't know.
Shit, I do. When they sent ahead, some Jews came with it, threw it a sent ahead. It was a Yama cup. And I said, out of all your opponents, I spit the illest shit. I'll pull your strings for the moment, like a ventriloquist. And my
I mean, strings like the ventriloquist, I feel like that's something that's been said way too repetitively in battle rap. But, you know, I see what he's going for.
I spit the illest shit. I'll pull your strings for the moment, like a ventriloquist. And my bad for running your name through the dirt. It must be a Seattle thing. Cause now we all know who Corey dealing with. And if you think,
That must be a Seattle punch. I personally didn't catch that one.
yeah, you fired. I'll drop the footage. I'm a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. The footage will be out. So, he ain't ready. So, if you think I'm lying, I got a lot of ammo on the shelf. Because you could be an example of greatness and still feel great making examples for yourself. Dirty 30.
Give it up for that battle.
Alright, so there we go. That was Geo Definite versus Cutface on Bar Knowledge Battle League. Shout out to Geo Definite, shout out to Cutface. Personally, I'm going to say Geo Definite 2-1. I edge Cutface the third, because I feel like Cutface's momentum throughout the entirety of the third round finally started hitting where it should have been hitting. Pause if necessary. The momentum was finally reaching where it should have, where his punches were finally connecting with the crowd. He was actually getting some good haymakers here and there while still landing jokes in between. And while I feel like Geo kind of had a lot of plateau, where he had some good punches and then kind of mediocre one, and then a good punch here and then kind of mediocre, and then that one was kind of meh, and then here up, down. There was a lot more curvature to the momentum of Geo Definite's third round, in my personal opinion, compared to Cutface. If you wanted to try to argue that Geo Definite got a gentleman's 30, I would not be mad at the slightest, because a case could definitely be made for Geo Definite getting the gentleman's 30. But in my personal opinion, I break it down Geo Definite 2-1 first and second round. So, thank you everybody so much for watching the first official episode of Agame Reviews. I'm going to try to get these reviews out once a week with varying degrees of success. The next battle that we're probably going to be breaking down was recommended actually by the homie Cutface. He wants me to break down Cutface versus AWR from the Ruin Your Day event that happened out in Alaska. So I'm going to break that one down next. If you're interested in the journey, my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are all linked in my channel bio, so you can follow me on there, and you can even send me battles that I can react to on this channel, and we'll just keep building up a little list and reacting to more fire-ass battles. But like I said, the name's Agame. Thank y'all for following and tuning in, and as always,